Hey, it's FYF Sports, man. We back with a quick breaking news reaction, man. We really don't do a lot of breaking news reports, but this was big time for me, man. When I was actually speaking with Ticket TV and those brothers over on Ticket TV Media and his YouTube channel yesterday, and they were speaking on Kyrie Irving and how his request or his push for with a number of other NBA players to sit out this NBA season was actually for a just cause. And now we got some breaking news today from Matt Barnes. Now, Matt Barnes, well, we got to understand that he's been one of those players. He's been one of the biggest advocates for social changes, along with Stephen Jackson. And with one thing we know about Matt Barnes is that he's a straight shooter. He says it how it is, and he is essentially exposing Kyrie Irving as a fraud. Matt Barnes, he, according to Yahoo Sports, slams Kyrie Irving. Sitting out without a cause or a purpose defeats the purpose. And he goes on to state a number of allegations claiming that Kyrie Irving intended to actually play. And when the Nets did inform him that he could not play this season if the NBA season returned, in retaliation, he started this movement. So we're actually going to play this clip with Matt Barnes and Stephen Jackson. We're going to hear what they have to say really quick, and then we'll just take it from there.
Kyrie needs to quit bullshit, because what I heard was Kyrie wanted to go to Orlando to support his team. They didn't let him, so then he flipped the script talking about, I'm going to give up everything. Bro, you can give up everything and go do the Maya Moore shit if you really want to, but at the same time, sitting out without a cause or a purpose defeats the purpose, and then it also divides us. You know what I mean? So they all got to get on the same page, open up that communication, and understand at the moment. And I know the people at the top of the movement understand it, but everyone else has to buy it. I respect people don't want to play because if it's COVID and you're putting your family at risk, I get that. But if it's for the movement of the country right now, we have to take charge of this.
Wow, hey, you guys heard it right there. Matt Barnes said it out of his own mouth. Kyrie Irving essentially flipped the script when he was informed that he could not play this season. And again, we know Matt Barnes and Stephen Jackson have a number of resources as former NBA players. So I know they talk to a lot of these players, GMs and coaches on a daily basis. I know that they know a lot more than us. We can only speculate as to what's really going on behind the scenes with those teams. But again, man, it's really strange because again, you had people like Ticket TV and a lot of media following this push behind Kyrie Irving, saying that he's doing this for a just cause. And as I've always said, time and time again, if you're going to open your mouth and say these things, you actually have to have a plan. You can't just talk about it. And even Stephen A. Smith, he slammed Kyrie Irving for this yesterday. Again, if you're going to tell all of these players that, or if you're going to start this push that we're not going to play this season, you also need to let us know what the plan is. All right, we can't just sit out and not do anything. We can't just sit out and say we're going to protest. We actually have, as NBA players and with the resources that they have available, they should be able to do more than just protest. Leave the protest to the people. All right, that's what we can do on our end. You know, with NBA players, with their vast amount of resources, as far as financial resources, as far as reach, with regards to being able to affect some of these billionaires GMs who own the billionaire owners who own these sports teams, they can work with those guys and start to affect social change in that particular way. And Kyrie Irving has yet to come forward with an actual plan. Now we've seen players like LeBron James. He stepped forward and he's come out with a number of different plans to help affect social change. He was actually behind the scenes. Over the last couple of years, he was helping out in Ferguson, Missouri, and now they have recently sworn in a black mayor for the first time ever. So again, and a lot of people don't know this, but LeBron James actually assisted in that, going down there, helping them get some change, motivating some of those in that black community to actually go out and vote, because we know that the mayor runs the police, and the police can put proper policing, the proper personnel in place to reform that whole policing situation down in Ferguson, Missouri. So again, a lot of players who want to play are actually doing things. They actually have real and viable plans to make change. What we're still waiting on is Kyrie Irving. We really need you to step up and come forward with the plan, other than just saying that you want to start your own league. I mean, it's great. That's something that's great to say, but if it's something that you want to do, actually go out and do it. Go put forth a plan and go do it. All right, and then have a sound and just reason as to why you're doing it. I mean, because one thing we know about the NBA is, unlike some of these other leagues, they have really been intolerant to racism, especially with the way they were able to oust Donald Sterling, the former owner of the Clippers. Again, they were able to oust him when those tapes came out. Now, I know he had a history of racism in the past, but once that became public, that was something that the NBA players weren't going to allow. And the NBA front office did a great job of expeditiously getting him out of the NBA and keeping him out of the NBA. So again, I don't want to be the one to say that the NBA players should part ways and go start their own league. Again, the NBA has done a great job. It might not be time to do something that drastic, because again, we see a lot of players partnering with the NBA, using the NBA's resources to do great things. Like we say, LeBron James, Jalen Rose are two players that have both built schools in their own communities, and this would not have been able to happen without the NBA. And again, these are all black schools, so these schools are being built back in their own communities. So again, we have to really, as opposed to like Matt Barnes just said, as opposed to trying to divide everyone simply because you didn't get your way, as Matt Barnes exposed. How about you just try working with us? So again, Kyrie Irving, again, you guys, Kyrie Irving has been exposed as a fraud, according to Matt Barnes, because he definitely does not have a plan, and he's only come forward with this push for players not to play because the New Jersey Nets informed him that he could not play this season due to the myriad of injuries, shoulder injuries that he's had. So he would have had to sit out anyway. So again, that was always my first thought when I heard about Kyrie and this push. I always wondered, would he have been able to play anyways? You know, was he eligible to play? Him and Kevin Durant. We know Kevin Durant had already stepped forward and said that he was not going to play this season, regardless of if the NBA is able to start or not. He made that very clear from the beginning, so there was no question. We didn't hear that with Kyrie Irving. He wasn't definitive about that. But again, Matt Barnes, a very, very trusted NBA resource, has come out and explained to everyone that Kyrie Irving did in fact intend to play and wanted to play, but was told that he could not play by the New Jersey Nets. So now his push to tie up the NBA return has started. So again, a lot of these things are coming out. So again, like I say, and again, what you want to understand is, with these social issues, the players that are actually out there with their foot in the mud, putting in the work, are going to feel disrespected when other players fake it. And these players know what Kyrie is and isn't doing. And I know I've heard other people say that Kyrie was out there protesting, but again, at the end of the day, protesting is protesting. All right, we can protest, but then we still got to come up with a plan from all fronts. And again, we spoke about it on Ticket TV yesterday. What is the plan going to be? Again, the plan has to start. It has to be a long-term and short-term plan. I spoke on long-term fixes. There were other guys who spoke on short-term fixes, but at the end of the day, at least we're speaking on what a potential plan could be. Kyrie Irving has not voiced an opinion or direct plan on what him and those players plan to do if they want to sit out this season. And so again, this story's getting crazier and crazier. If any more news breaks on this story, if we get any additional information, we definitely will be breaking this on FYF Sports. But again, I just want to reiterate, Kyrie Irving has been exposed by Matt Barnes as a fraud because he did intend to play this season and was told by the New Jersey Nets that he could not play. So again, FYF Sports, man, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. We'll definitely be coming out with more breaking news reports on different issues, especially as this matter intensifies. FYF Sports, we out.